Hi, Ryan here from BodyTransformationLab.com, and today I want to show you why fish oil as a supplement is so important if you're trying to get lean. I'm going to show you the 3 health benefits you will get from taking it, as well as 2 ways in which it can make you leaner. So let's get started. First of all, what is so special about fish oil? Well, fish oil contains omega-3 fatty acids, which have been proven to have a whole raft of health benefits. In particular, fish oil contains EHA and DPA, and these are 2 kinds of the most potent and powerful omega-3 fatty acids that you can find. They're actually produced in algae, they're made by algae, and then fish eat those algae, and as a result, fish have a very high concentrate of those 2 essential fatty acids. Most people's diet is very lacking in omega-3. In one study, it suggested that 95% of people, of the population, were deficient in omega-3 fatty acids. So unless you're eating fish for 3 meals a day, you probably need to get more of it in your diet. And here's why. So what are the benefits of the fish oil? Well, there are 3 main ones. The first is that it improves your overall health. Some studies have shown that by taking an increase in fish oil, you can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, you can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, it's also been shown to improve nervous system function and improve memory. The second main benefit is that it reduces inflammation. So if you do a lot of resistance training, and if you're trying to lose fat, then you should be doing 3 to 4 sessions of hard resistance training every week. So when that happens, of course, you're breaking down your muscle cells and you're putting a lot of stress on your body. So it's important to be able to repair and recover quickly. Fish oil will help that, so you can get back to training and you don't feel sore or as sore. And the third main benefit, and probably the one that you're most interested in if you're getting lean, is that it can speed up fat loss. So I'm going to show you 2 of the ways now how it does help speed up fat loss. So the first reason is that fish oil can actually increase your metabolism by up to 400 calories per day. Now, as you know, in order to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit, which means you're eating less calories than you're burning off every day through activity. So just by taking fish oil, you can increase the amount of calories you're burning every day by 400. And 400 calories is about the equivalent of walking on a treadmill at a rapid speed, so probably 6 miles an hour, for a whole hour. So you take fish oil, you don't have to do the 1 hour of walking on a treadmill. Makes sense, right? The second benefit is the way it handles, or the way it helps to your body handle insulin. So this picture here is of a fat cell, and the idea of getting lean and losing fat is that we want to reduce the volume of these fat cells by reducing the amount of fatty acid that each one of them contains. So how does fish oil help with this? Well, fish oil can actually decrease the sensitivity of your fat cells to insulin. What does that mean? When you eat carbohydrate-rich foods and also protein to some extent, the carbohydrate is broken down into glucose. Now, that glucose remains in your bloodstream, and the body is very adept at making sure that the amount of glucose in your bloodstream remains constant. So if you suddenly eat a lot of carbohydrates and you generate a lot of glucose in your bloodstream, the pancreas releases insulin to deal with that and to lower your glucose back to normal levels. And the way it does this is by 2 ways, in fact. First, it shuttles the glucose into your muscle cells, and they're either used immediately if you're using your muscles at the time, or the glucose is stored as glycogen in your muscle cells. Now, you've only got a certain amount of glycogen capacity, as it were, in your muscle cells. So once those stores are full up, which they'll probably already be pretty full if you haven't done any strenuous exercise recently, the rest of the glucose is moved into your fat cells and stored as fatty acids. And insulin is the hormone that is responsible for moving the glucose from from your bloodstream into the cells, both the muscle cells and the fat cells. So obviously it's important that we want as much of that glucose to go into your muscle cells as possible, and as least glucose to go into your fat cells as possible, because otherwise you'd get fatter. So fish oil helps this by increasing the sensitivity of your muscle cells to fat cells, your muscle cells to glucose, so to insulin. Let me start that again. So glucose, a lot of glucose will go into your muscle cells if your muscle cells are more sensitive to insulin. And by decreasing your fat cell insulin sensitivity, it stops as much glucose going into your fat cells to be stored as fatty acids. So to recap, by taking fish oil, you increase the ability of glucose to be transported from your bloodstream into your muscle cells, which is a good thing for recovery and repair, and it decreases or makes it more difficult for glucose to travel from your bloodstream into your fat cells and be stored as fatty acids, which makes you fatter. So those are the two benefits in terms of fat loss. One, it speeds up your metabolism, and two, it stops as much glucose being stored as fatty acids in your fat cells, so you don't get as fatter. So how much fish oil should you be taking? Well, I recommend that you start with 10 grams of fish oil per day. If you're taking the capsules, the soft gels that you can buy and find in most health food stores, then that would be 10 capsules per day, because each capsule has about 1 gram of fish oil. Now, that seems quite a lot, but if you're eating 5 times a day, just have a couple with each meal. A better way, and the way that I prefer, is to use fish oil. So this is concentrated fish oil, which you buy in a bottle, and I generally take a tablespoonful every morning. And a tablespoonful is about 15 grams, so I have just under a tablespoonful, which gives me about 10 grams per day. If you're more advanced, there is an additional way to calculate how much fish oil you should be taking, and that is based on your body fat percentage. So this is really just for people who know their body fat percentage. If you do, then I suggest you take 1 gram per percentage point body fat. So if you're 20% body fat, then you take 20 grams of fish oil. If you're 10% body fat, then you take 10 grams of fish oil. If you don't know your body fat percentage, then don't worry about it. Just stick to the 10 grams a day and you will see the benefits. In terms of brands, like I said, I prefer the fish oil liquid as opposed to the capsules. And the one I recommend is Carlson's Very Finest Fish Oil. This is a great quality fish oil, and it tastes all right too, so it doesn't make you gag when you taste it, which is a good thing. You can buy this if you're in the UK from jgsupplements.com. If you want to go the capsule route, then just head down to any of your health food stores and they'll sell them. Just make sure you get the best brand possible, ask the people in the shop, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. So I hope that's given you an insight into why you should be taking fish oil every day. In particular because it improves your overall health, it can speed up your metabolism, and it'll help you lose fat faster. If you'd like some more fat loss tips and advice on how to build the best body you can through eating strategies, then visit bodytransformationlab.com, where you'll find lots more videos and articles just like this one on how to do just that. So thanks for watching.